Good afternoon, Bobby. How have you been pampered? Look at you.
I thought we were going history.
You gotta make our introduction. So we're gonna continue from the other night until my battery dies again. Oops. I moved the trolley again. Let's hear all about your childhood and life in Manchester and Blackpool as you grew up and got married and had kids and moved back to Manchester. Where were you born?
Blackpool.
So you grew up in Blackpool.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favourite memory of Blackpool?
I suppose my parents
I don't know.
and my grandmother and my aunt and my uncle.
How old were you when your grandma and your uncle passed on?
Probably about 16 or 17 when my grandmother was nifter. On the other hand, my uncle, he was at my youngest son's wedding, which made my day
Why?
because I so wanted him to be at the wedding and he'd been very ill.
Who's Uncle Sydney?
Sorry?
Uncle Sydney.
Uncle Sydney. Uncle Schick, as his siblings used to call him. Schick. I don't know where the word Schick came from. It was my Uncle Sydney, and I thought a very lot of him. Same with Auntie Ethel. And my Auntie Ethel, she was nifter about 12 years ago. 11, 12 years ago.
Already? Wow.
Mhm.
I remember that.
Nice lady. She used to make kuchen. Her kuchen was delicious.
Not like this
And
one.
she was nice than this without all the chocolate. And she would spread butter on it. Oh, Geschmack. Oh,
Tell us the story about the necklace that you gave to my mum. The
I
head.
thought I told you the other night.
Yeah, but you didn't tell it on camera.
It wasn't on camera.
No.
One day we went into my grandmother. My grandmother was in the bed. She was
Was she ill?
very, very arthritic. I don't know about what else she might have had, but she was very arthritic. And this particular day, anyway, she was in bed. So I went in, and we were chatting from one thing and another. And she brought out this necklace, and she gave it to me. I don't remember how old I was at the time. Could have been 13, 14, I don't remember. May have been older, younger. I went to bed. When I left there and I went home, I cried my eyes out because I thought she'd given me the necklace because she was going to leave us. As it happens, it wasn't so. I don't remember how long she was with us after that, but
She
that
wanted,
is the story.
she wanted something that you remember her by.
Huh?
Something that you remember her by.
Yeah. It was
And
a nice night. It was I think a 22 carat.
How many
22
should-
carat gold.
how mummy should cherish it. Treasure.
I gave it away. I gave it away to a daughter-in-law.
One of your favourite daughter-in-laws. But on
Mhm.
camera we can't say favourites.
Well, we don't have favourites. I told you before. We don't have favourites.
Well, she's her favourite
That's beside the
daughter-in-law.
point. As the interviewer, I'm waiting to hear from you.
Coming with a question. Tell us about your mother's eating habits.
They were virtually non-existent. We used to say that my mother lived on cups of tea and cream crackers. She did like cheese, hard cheese. but her doctor had told her she shouldn't have it because it's not very good for the blood pressure. And my mother did have high blood pressure.
Frozen again. Yeah, it's,
Is your phone frozen?
yeah, it's not a good phone,
It
right?
sounds like it's in a better state as mine.
Yeah. Well, yes, you want only smartphones. You don't want a Nokia phone.
Nokia phone hasn't got on the WhatsApp, which is what I need more than anything.
You get your WhatsApp on the computer, you know that, right?
I don't have a computer,
I'm joking with you.
and I don't want a computer.
Good with the phone. It's good with the phone.
Auntie Stacey's going to see to it for me. Like she sees to everything.
Tell us, your mum had cups, special cups.
We're not going down that road.
Why? Okay. And about your freezer chest, your chest freezer.
I don't know.
You had a chest freezer.
Not in my mum's house.
It was in your house? Who had a chest freezer?
I don't think my mother had a freezer.
No?
She had a fridge. She didn't have a freezer. Not as I recall.
Tell us about your bike.
My beautiful bike. I wanted a bike. My parents were too nervous. They didn't want me to have one because they were worried for me. Which now I appreciate and understand. But at the time, I didn't. So I saved up all my pocket money. And eventually I bought my own bike. It was a racing bike with the handlebars turned under. I don't remember how many gears. Not like today's bikes. Today's bikes are much lighter in weight. They have more gears. They have more of this, that and the other. And my bike was fine. And I used to like to ride my bike.
What colour was it?
Sometimes I got caught in the tram lines. I used to wave to the tram conductors when I used to pass them. Or maybe they passed me, depending. And everybody was very friendly. And on a Sunday, I used to teach in the local cheder. And my friend, she taught in the local liberal cheder. Because her father was the minister of the local liberal synagogue. She was my best friend. So on a Sunday, after she finished teaching at her cheder, and I finished teaching at my cheder, we meet up together, got on our bikes, and we used to cycle from Blackpool to Preston.
How far was that?
It's a long way for cycling.
On the motorbike, not on the
On a bicycle.
on a bicycle.
On a bicycle. We used to cycle over to Preston.
Oh wow.
And I remember one day, I used to wave to everybody on the way. One day, one particular Sunday, we were coming back, and I remember it was snowing. The snow was coming to the face the whole time. It was most exhilarating. We got home, my friend went to her house, I went to my house, had a lovely bath, got dressed, I met my friend down at the club where we played table tennis. Most enjoyable.
And what did you wear when you went to tennis and to
Beg your
cheder?
pardon?
Did you wear any outfits for tennis?
Yes.
Like the proper tennis outfit?
Well, what do you call a proper tennis outfit? Today they seem to wear anything and any colour, which is very sad.
It looks kind of like cheerleader outfits.
What is a cheerleader outfit? And what are you trying to commit me to?
No, I want to know if you had outfits, like you have a uniform.
Yes, I did. I wore a tennis outfit.
That's really cool. With the hairband and...
No, I didn't wear the hairband.
No?
No.
Was it white?
It was white, all white.
So I guess it's still the same.
White pumps, white dress. All white.
But you didn't wear that for cheder, no?
Of course not.
So you had to bring 2 outfits. You must have had so much on your
Wait
back.
a minute. We didn't play tennis on the Sunday.
Oh, you said went to the Cheder on the Sunday morning.
Yes, and then we went cycling Sunday afternoon.
Ah.
And then we played table tennis Sunday evening.
So in between that, how
In
did you...
between playing tennis, could be on any day. Play after school,
You went to school.
play in the holidays.
What schools did you go to, and how many days a week did you go to?
Elmsley Girls' School.
What?
Elmsley Girls' School.
Elmsey.
Girls, Girls School.
Very
It
nice.
was a private school,
Oh yes, was it?
and there were quite a number of Jewish girls there.
Was it only girls' school?
Oh, of course.
If it was private, then it's most like
Of
that.
course, we wouldn't go to a mixed school. How would you expect us to go to a mixed school? Never been heard of.
What religion was the school mainly?
It's
Catholic.
probably Church of England, I would think. I really don't know. I do remember that the headmistress was 100, or at least she looked 100.
Was she scary?
And we Jewish girls, we didn't have to get there really for 9 o'clock in the morning,
It's late to
because
start.
there are prayer services at that hour.
That's late to start school, 9 o'clock in the morning.
And then services.
You join.
And they used to have assembly in the hall there, and that was when all the Jewish girls used to go in. Before that, we used to stay in like a little hut and wait for them to finish, and then we would go into assembly when they had finished their prayers.
Did the Muslims as well do it, or there was no Muslims
I
then?
beg your pardon?
Was there Muslims in the
I
class?
don't remember any Muslims.
Oh, so they wouldn't have done the same.
I just remember some Yidden fight
I was going to say,
girls. Oh yes.
now that they know that you come in afterwards, they probably noticed that you're the anti-Semitism.
It was very intimidating. Very intimidating. But you see, I wouldn't say that they were all anti-Semitic. I would say you might find one girl or 2 girls, but they would get the whole of the class
Against.
against. I remember on one occasion, there was this very beautiful looking girl in the classroom, and she got all the girls to one side and shouted, I don't remember what she was calling, what name she was calling, and they were all over on that side on the left, and I was standing here all on my own.
There was no other Jews in your class?
Sorry?
There was no other Jews in your class?
Jewish people.
Yeah.
No, not in my class. My daughter-in-law's mother was also in the school, but she was in a different class. And I remember being on my own here, and this girl was taunting me, and I don't remember now, after all these years, what she was saying.
But it was against Judaism.
Oh, definitely, she was very anti-Semitic. And then, out of that crowd of girls, one girl, I remember her name, this one girl left the crowd and came over and stood by me to support me.
That is really sweet.
That was very, very sweet. And she wasn't a special friend or anything.
She just
I remember
felt that it was
her
wrong.
name, I will even say what her name was, and if she's listening today, take note that I always appreciated her. Her name was Margot Dolman.
Margot Dolman?
Yeah. She wore glasses. She was very fair, blondish. And she wore glasses.
I can find her on Facebook for you. Write her name down and I'll find
But
her.
well, today, not necessarily, because today she could be married.
Yeah, but she could have left
If
over
she's
her
still
maiden
living.
name. But you can write your maiden name. I can Google her. How do you spell her name?
I have no idea. I would presume M-A-R-G-O-T is Margot.
R-G.
M-A-R-G-O-T. Dolman. D, capital D-O-L-M-A-N. That's what I would think.
I will
the
look
way-
it up and see if we can find her.
That's the way I would think it was spelled.
I will
And
tell.
she was the one girl that came over and stood by me. And I say, I was always very appreciative of that.
It was very, very sweet. It's not
The
that it takes
headmistress-
guts.
Pardon?
It takes guts to do that.
And how? the headmistress of the school in talk with the girls, once told them, maybe she spoke more than once, but she said to the girls in assembly, if you leave money or any valuables in your coat pockets in the cloakroom, it is your own fault if they get stolen. Because even the most honest of girls that will go through that cloakroom, and if they find that there's money or valuables there, the temptation is too much for them and they could steal it. But the fault would not be theirs. It would be yours for leaving it there in the first place to be tempting these other innocent people. So, girls, do not leave any valuables in your coat pockets in the cloakroom. It's that simple. Like the lady who banged on the table with the plant. She was only about 50.
Tell us a story about that.
Was she not on either?
Nothing's on.
In the classroom, I sat on the front row for some reason, I know not why. And there was this lady who taught us algebra. Quite a big lady. Well built. Solid. One day, I don't remember why, but the class was giving her aggravation. And she got angry. Now, on this table that she was sat at, there was a saucer. And on this saucer there was a plant.
For those who don't speak English correctly, a saucer is a little bowl or a plate.
A saucer is not a little bowl.
It's a little plate.
A saucer is like a plate, it's smaller where you put a cup on it.
Like so.
That is a plate.
But it's a small plate.
Why don't you use the saucer?
Oh, there's a small plate.
That, ladies and gents, as I displayed, is a saucer. On which,
opposed to this.
as opposed to my assistant here giving me this, the plate, which matches in design, yes, that is true, matches in design, but the actual shape is slightly different. This is flatter, this is more beveled.
And it's smaller.
The plate we put on the table and we put food on it. I'm going to make it dirty. There's my piece of kuchen on the plate. Now this here, which is a saucer, we get hold of the cup of coffee and we put it on like that. Now normally one would have a cup that would match the design of the saucer. But at this moment in time I haven't got it in this room. So I'm just putting my cup, my drinking cup on it, so you can see how it works out. You understand?
Now that we have known what is a saucer, we can go back to the story of when she threw the plant pot on you.
So there was a saucer like that on this little table, and she got rather angry at whatever was going on, which I do not remember, because that is not the ichor of the story, of the whole story. She got angry, she banged on the table, and as she banged on the table, the plant jumped up off the saucer. Well, I have to say it amused me, and I have to say that I laughed, and I could not stop laughing. But this algebra teacher, I cannot remember her name, she was not a happy bunny with me, and she sent me straight to the headmistress's office, to where I duly went as a good girl.
And the head teacher, did you went?
What happened in the headmistress's office, I do not recall. I'm sure I got a gentle telling off and was, oh no. Didn't hit young ladies.
I mean, the boys they hit.
I don't know, we weren't in a boys' school.
I was gonna
We
say.
certainly didn't get hit.
Ruler.
That was in the Cheder. In the Jewish Cheder, there was a headmaster. He also used to teach. And there used to be a blackboard on which he wrote. And to delete whatever he had written, he used this board duster.
I just imagine my ears.
Can you picture the size you know what a board duster looks like?
A rubber.
No, it was a wood handle.
Yeah, I know, but it's got paper on the other end. Not paper, like it's
Solid cloth.
yeah.
He would rub out the blackboard
They still use them
and he
these
would
days
turn
for the
round to
whiteboard.
the boys who were sitting there attentively, and anyone who was not attentively used to get this board duster wrapped onto their knuckles, onto the boys' knuckles, and it hurt.
Oh.
Yeah, but that was in those days. I don't know whether they'd be allowed to do it today.
This day,
In fact, this day and age, the children would probably do it back to him with his wife. And his 2 daughters and his son. And unfortunately, some years later, we learned of the demise of his wife and his daughter. They had been killed in a car crash. This was very sad indeed to learn.
that is very sad. That is sad. Is that why he was angry all the time?
I wouldn't say he was angry all the time. The children, the Cheder, maybe they made him angry. I do not know. I didn't say he was angry all the time. I said,
What was there a naughty chair like? You would have to stand there with a dumb
a
song.
naughty chair, indeed not.
No.
No.
Stand there with your book open wide and say, "I'm a dumb child."
No, nothing as demeaning as that.
What was your first birthday party that you remember, or did you have a birthday party as a kid?
my first birthday, I don't remember the first one.
Shall I fill you up a drink? No, the first birthday that you can remember that you ever had.
The first birthday that I can remember,
How old were you?
I do not remember.
Okay, fair enough.
But I do remember children from my Cheder were also invited. I don't remember. The children from school were invited to my party. And my teacher, was also invited. Now, we lived in a four-bedroomed, double-fronted house.
Mm-hmm.
On one side was the dining room with a huge table in it, beautifully polished. And there was also a 3-piece suite in there. And dining chairs to go around the dining table. And there was a display cabinet and a sideboard, all matching the dining table, which was very heavily carved and very beautiful. We did not have the party in there. Instead, we had the birthday party in the other room, on the other side. And in that room, we had a 3-piece suite with plush purple cushions, cane back and cane sides of the settee, which we were not allowed to sit on.
Why?
Make it dirty. But I do remember for this particular party,
You were allowed.
I don't remember whether we were allowed. For this particular party, I do remember my father arranged games and activities for the party.
Mm-hmm.
And he also made, I remember particularly. Why I remember this I do not know. It was a piece of wood. And out of this piece of wood he had carved like tunnels. A long piece of wood. And he carved out like tunnels. And he put it over, he would go over to one side, and we, as the children, would stand on this side and have balls in our hands, and we used to throw them, and we used to have to get them under the tunnel. And the one that got the most
Won.
won.
And what would you get as a prize?
Oh, most definitely. I'm sure there were prizes there to be given out. Because I remember playing musical chairs as well. Oh, pass the parcel. It was pass the parcel, not musical chairs. I think it was pass the parcel. And of course, whoever managed to unwrap it at the end was the receiver of what was ever in the parcel. That is the earliest memory. And my mother, of course, made to eat. I'm not sure if they were sandwiches or what they were. It was a long time ago. I cannot remember that far back as far as food was concerned. Because food has never been my first enjoyment, so to speak.
Why don't you like food?
It's not that I don't like, but it wasn't the most important thing that I needed to do.
What was the most important thing you need to do then?
Whatever was to be done at the time.
Did you have birthday parties every single year since? Like,
I don't remember, but it's highly possible.
what do you remember about birthdays?
Little.
What was your favourite birthday?
Don't remember.
Always as a kid, we remember that you were always 21.
I beg your pardon?
You always were 21. Every birthday you would turn 21.
No, that's when you get older. When you get past 21, then all the birthdays are 21, after 21.
So I'm still 21.
But until 21, well, that's how it would work. If you were 11, you were 11. It was very exciting to become 11, or to become 8 after having been 7 for a whole 12 months. And then suddenly you become a big girl of 8. Or if you're a little girl of 4, and then all of a sudden, the following day, you're no longer 4, you're a big girl of 5. Can you imagine? The excitement must have been absolutely immense.
Did you have a bat mitzvah?
No,
Did you want one?
no. I didn't believe in them. And I still don't believe in them. Do you not know why I don't believe in them?
Why?
Well, I'll tell
It's a
you.
waste of money.
Pardon?
Waste of money.
Nothing to do with money. Where does money come into it? Nothing to do with money. Boys are bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
The only reason I reckon girls are bar mitzvah is because boys have a bar. The only reason I reckon girls have a bas mitzvah and make big celebrations is because the boys have a bar mitzvah, which is very important for them.
Why are girls not important?
As I have told you before, dear Rosalie Malka, I am not a feminist, and I believe that a man in life has different roles in life. But also, in my town where I lived, there were 2 shuls. There was what was called the Orthodox shul, and there was what was called the Reform shul.
In the Reform shul, they would have done the birthday for you.
Now, in the Reform shul, the girls got bas mitzvahed. And then, in the later years, that was when the Orthodox shul started doing bas mitzvahs.
Yes, because it's not fair. Why do boys only get
Exactly.
party?
So, to me, it was always a reformed thing. And that is one of the main reasons why I did not accept girls being bas mitzvahs. And to this day, I hold very little for it.
That's your
It was
prerogative.
a reform. The reform did it. So how do the Orthodox come to do it?
Because it's a big thing to become bat mitzvah.
Why?
Just like why is a boy thing to big thing to have a bat mitzvah?
Because
Someone must have
in
wants
Jewish life, the boys, there are many things that the boys do that the girls do not, which are big things for the boys, but they're certainly not big things for the girls. The girls have their own. They have the big mitzvah of making challah for Shabbos. They have the big mitzvah.
But only from when they're 12 years old.
They
can
have
make
the
bracha.
big mitzvah of going to mikvah when they're married. The boys don't get that. Yeah, the boys can go to
So
a
why
regular.
why can't we make a celebration for that?
For what?
For the woman being able to become a woman.
She's already a woman.
Yeah, but she's now becoming a woman at age 12. Why can't you have a party then?
It's not necessary to copy what the Reform do.
But this is not the point of the video, so we're not going to discuss that I'm a...
You are a feminist.
I agree,
Yeah.
there should be equal rights.
No,
yes.
you're a feminist, and you decide that what the boys do, I should be doing.
Why not? A lot of things I can do, but
I
the boy
can
do.
see that you feel that what they do, you can do, and it's not a question of what can do. I see that as far as you're concerned, the way they do things, then you should also be able to do it.
You can do what you like. No one's
So
telling
why don't, excuse me, then why can't you daven in front of the ark?
If I wanted to, I would. but I
Yes,
don't.
you would, wouldn't you? Yes. You would love nothing would make you happier than going perhaps to the Koisel or even in a shul and davening there, hoping that nobody really was looking. And
I
then-
was not interested. If I was interested, maybe I would, but I'm not interested in something like that. This is not the point of the video. So let's get back to my Bobby.
We're getting a bit too close to home.
No, it's not. It's just not the point of the video. It's your video, not mine. I can tell everyone I'm a feminist, yes, but just not the point. So, what was your...
But I don't believe in this feminism.
Well, it should be equal rights and
Absolutely.
women can breastfeed what they want.
And yet on the other side, you see, the women, they want equal rights and they should be treated like the men. Except for when they want the doors opening for them, or the man to get up for their seat so that they can sit down. You can't have it both ways.
Let's go back to this. The best subject in school, what was your best subject? What was your favourite?
My best subject, there were two. One was sports and one was art. Not that I could draw. I couldn't draw at all, but I liked colours. I loved to mix colours.
You still do to this day, you like wearing fancy colours.
I suppose I do, yes. Well, I'm very consistent in whatever I do. I don't shop and change, like turning on a tap and turning off a tap. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you have a best friend? Besides the one
Oh,
that
I did indeed have a best friend, yes.
tell us all about her.
She was the Liberal Minister's daughter.
Yeah, but you said that in the beginning, but you that's all you did when went to riding with her and
We went cycling together. We were playing table tennis together. We went ice skating together. We played tennis together. What else? We did everything together. We were very good companions.
on Shabbos. What did you do? What was your thing to do on Shabbos?
On a Shabbos I used to go
Friday night. Still.
A Friday night I don't remember. The only thing I do remember on a Friday night, my parents' house, we had a coal fire in the morning room. And before Shabbos, my mother would stack it up with what they call nutty slack. They're very minute pieces of coal. And she would make the fire in the grate, and before Shabbos, as I said, she would throw on a load of this slack, nutty slack. So initially it was very cold in the room. So after we lit candles and we sat down waiting for my father to come home.
Did you light one as well?
A candle? I don't think so, not in those days. I don't remember doing so. While we sat waiting for my father to come home from shul, we would sit on the settee, the three of us, in front of this coal slack, nutty slack, coming through the coals, a little bit at a time. Even the sight of the flame made it feel warmer for us. gradually it all heated through. More and more until we started to move the settee that we were sat on further back and further back because it got very hot.
Was this a wood fire or was it a stone fire?
Beg what?
Wood fire with wood in it?
No, it was coal. Coal fire.
With stones, coal,
Coal.
black,
C-O-A-L. Black coal.
black coal. But I don't know how to explain that to Manocha and Baruchi. They won't.
Well, that is your problem, dear child. Your parents.
I'll have to find a translation in Hebrew to tell them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So then Shabbos day.
And then we heard banging.
Oh, yes.
Bang, 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 bang. What was the banging? It meant that the water in the boiler
Was boiled.
from the fire had heated and was very, very hot. And it sounded like it was going to blow up. So we used to turn the tap on and let all the beautiful hot water out. And then Father would come home from shul, and I don't remember very much. I presume we must have made Kiddush and ate and probably went to bed. That was Friday night.
And then Shabbos morning.
Shabbos morning. Shabbos morning. We used to go to shul Shabbos morning, like all good children.
Were you quiet in shul?
Sorry?
Were you sat quiet in shul? You've been
Of course. What does one go to shul for if one does not sit quiet and daven? I did not. I
Social
didn't.
event.
No, I did not. That was. Truth is, I did not go for a social on a Shabbos morning. I went to daven, but that was when I was older. As a young girl, maybe I did socialise with my friends when we went to shul, because we all went to shul. The boys, the girls, the mothers, the fathers, Uncle Tom Copley and all. We went to shul on the Shabbos morning.
Babies as well?
Sorry?
Babies as
No,
well?
babies, of course you don't take babies to shul. They would disrupt the whole service. So
Well-
the mothers who had babies stayed home.
Oh, that's really not nice, but yes, okay.
Why is it not nice? Is that because we're back to women's lib again? What are you supposed to do with the baby? Take the baby to shul and make a whole disturbance with the baby?
Okay.
I'm asking you.
It's your story.
Now I'm asking you. Would you approve of them taking the baby to shul
Yeah.
and the baby screaming and making a disturbance in the service? Well, the service was in our praise and our requests and everything to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And here is this child who's screaming his head off. And then, what if she can't calm him down?
She kicks him out of the room.
First of all, how's she going to get him to shul on Shabbos morning? In those days, there was no Eru, couldn't carry them.
That's true, that's true.
So therefore, the mother, without going into any more detail, the mother used to stay home with her crying baby. Yes.
And then you would finish shul. What would you have, a kiddush or something?
I think they did make a kiddush sometimes in shul. I don't remember whether it was a kiddush every week.
Who sang the Don Alarm? Well, was that
Yes,
Zadie's
of course. Of course, we did sing that, yes. But the ladies didn't sing because the men are not supposed to hear the ladies
Oh, so
sing.
you didn't get a chance to go up
To go where?
on the stage and sing it?
Again, your women's liver is coming through.
Uh-oh, storage is full.
Pardon?
My storage is full.
Oh, Baruch Hashem.